Satnam, good morning. This is Satpudit Kaur coming to you on a Wednesday for a Dharma talk. I've been away at Summer Solstice Sadhana in New Mexico, which is always a lovely time to come together as a community. So I invite you to make that a part of your life if it isn't already. But the weekend after Summer Solstice Sadhana, we decided to drive down to the border. Just because I was compelled to do it. We didn't see much. We're not allowed in the processing centers, but you've seen some photos and testimony from other senators who've been able to get access. So instead we went and saw what we could, which was those who are helping, right? This week, the documentary of Mr. Rogers opened here close by, and I grew up watching Mr. Rogers, so now you know how old I am. But there's a famous quote of his about when you are feeling overwhelmed with all the trauma and drama surrounding you, his mother said to him, look for the people who are helping. And so that's what we did. We didn't see much going on at border stations, but we went to where people were helping. And Sister Norma has a refugee resettlement transition center. And essentially, she just provides people with a shower, a hot meal, and a way to reach out to those that they might know in the United States who have committed to helping them. And arranges for a bus ticket and a bag of snacks and just a friendly face, because the transition in seeking asylum has not been a friendly process, as you may have heard on the news. But what this talk is about finding our own way to be who we are in this time of turmoil. And it's not just politically here in the United States, but it's around the world. Yogi Bhajan talked about the Aquarian age being a time of great tumult, and that the individual's response to these times, this intensity, this pressure, would often be to shut down and go numb, or the opposite, a white-hot rage. And if you've watched any of my talks, you know that for the large part of my life, my default response to most things is anger. But what I find is that white-hot anger, maybe it's because I'm turning 50 and my body just cannot contain it anymore. I don't have the nervous system to hold that anger anymore. And so what I find lately that's been happening is I'm turning into shutdown mode and not able to respond as I would like to. And so I think this simple thing of looking for those who are helping and just being with them, participating as we can. Not all of us are engineered to be on the front lines of anything. But if we can contribute where we can, and this is called finding your Dharma, little d, finding your own path, finding your own way of being in the world that's true to you, that's true to your principles, true to your values, and that serves in some way, some small way. For me, I feel like I'm a good communicator, and so I educate through my Facebook and through my relationships with people. I try to let people know what's going on, because not everyone has the energy or the time to read through a lot of articles and identify what they feel like is, okay, everyone should see this. So that's what I feel like my part is. My other part is to continue to meditate and to continue to sing and to continue to talk about the way that there is a higher truth for all of us, and that we can all keep pursuing that truth. But one of the things I do see in a lot of spiritual communities, and I need to speak to it in my own community and in the communities surrounding me, is that it's not enough to just sit in your own home and meditate. We do need to reach out. We do need to touch people's lives. We do need to engage. And the pressure of the time is so much that it's really challenging. I'm not going to say it's not. I don't have the kind of personality that makes it easy for me to do that. And so I do it medicinally, little doses, once a week. And then I do what I feel like I'm good at, which is the reading and educating for people who are willing to look at my Facebook page and see what's going on. So finding your Dharma, little d, I've talked about it in the past in the context of larger dharmas, but I think it's really important in these tempestuous times to also find our way through to being meaningful contributors to the world around us, to finding a way to participate that's true to ourselves and true to our values. And it can be in the constitution of larger religious organizations, or it can just be, you doing your thing on your corner in your town. But we all have to be willing to find that way through. And we especially have to be willing to reach out to each other and find the communities where they lie. Because this is not a time to be alone. This is not a time to separate ourselves. This is not a time to give up on ourselves or each other. So find something that you love and participate in it. Find a way to help. And if you don't know what to do, look out for the people who are doing things and just pitch in a hand. You don't have to be the leader. You don't have to be on the vanguard to make a meaningful contribution to what's happening. Just be part of. And if anything, that's where I'm at. I can't build a new wheel, but I can fill snack bags and I can tie them in a single knot as I'm asked to, and I can make sandwiches, and I can donate to the organizations that I feel are making a difference. So if you feel overwhelmed, just do one thing and find your way through. Find your Dharma, your little d, your way of truth in your own life. Wake up, make your bed, do your silent meditation, do your singing meditation, do your moving meditation, whatever works for you to give you that small piece of joy, that small little light that you can then pass on to someone else, a little taste of joy, a little glimmer of light. And that's what we're here to do. And we're here to do it together, not alone. Sana.